Uh, and Erica says, thank you. And Kyle says, that was meant for me. And Kyle and Erica have each other's backs, and Dorit and Erica have each other's backs, and Sutton just doesn't see that Kyle is not have her back. She's there being thrown to the walls, and Kyle does not have her back. And Garcelle says, I would speak up and have Sutton's back now. To my point, let's see what's going to happen next season. But she didn't have my back when I brought up Morgan, and we've talked about Morgan 100 times, and she needs to see that Kyle just doesn't have her back. And now Dorit and Sutton are getting into it. And Dorit doesn't even understand what's going on. And she says, please speak English. And Sutton's like, maybe I should speak in an English language, a fake British accent. Maybe you'll understand that. And Dorit is like, oh, girl. And, they're telling Sutton that her words don't match her actions. And then finally, when she's like, I do not want to reconcile with you, Dorit says, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fine. I mean, these confessionals of Dorit, she's like a lawyer half the time. There we go. And I rest my case. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the real Sutton Strack, a bitch. And then it's ending, and Kathy Hilton says, these boat rides, they're not working. Words of wisdom from Kathy. These boat rides are not working. And meanwhile, Sutton storms off and she's like, I fucking hate these bitches. I hate them. Anyway, let's see what happens next season. As we wind down and wrap up, Garcelle was on Watch What Happens, and she was on Watch What Happens, and she was asked for like one word about each of the ladies, and just like basically tell us the first thing that comes to your mind. And she said when it came to Dorit, she said, let me see what she said with her. Well, when it came to Boz, she said, I need some hair. When it came to see, this is what Garcelle can be shady. She's good. Like, let's not underestimate Garcelle. She can be shady, guys. So when it came to Dorit, she said, what happened to the accent? I mean, she got a point. What did happen to the accent, people? Remember we used to have an accent? What actually happened to it? So she got a point there. And then when it came to Kyle, she said, when are we really going to talk about it? When it came to Sutton, she said, name them. When it came to Erica, she said, whatever happened to the earrings? Again. When it came to Tilly, she said, I need $1 million. And that's it. Oh, when it came to Kathy, she said, I don't think I'll come to any of your parties ever again, but feel free to keep inviting me. There you go. The only other thing, not the most interesting episode, right? The only other thing I found interesting, not the only other thing, is Teresa. Oh, God. Might as well talk about New Jersey for 2 seconds. Teresa has spoken out again. I really want to come back to New Jersey next season. I just don't want to come back with everyone in the cast. Why is this news? Why are we reporting on things that are obvious, that we all obviously understand? These people have to stop interviewing. She said that everyone is shocker from the current cast. She wants her back, Jennifer Aiden, Dolores, and Jackie. Teresa, you're not that powerful that they're going to cast the entire show around you and bring back Jennifer Aiden and Jackie. It's not going to happen. Dolores, yes, Dolores is coming back to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's a 100% guarantee. The same that Jennifer Aiden not coming back is a guarantee. Stop talking, Teresa. She says she learned to flip a table from her father. Interesting. And the only thing that I thought was interesting, and I have to keep it real here, is that she received a text earlier this year from Danielle Staub that said, wishing you all the best in the new year. Now, here's what I find interesting. Now, we all know that I ride hard for the Staub. I love Danielle Staub. I think she is an icon. I think she's the best part of New Jersey possibly ever. I have a little bit of a problem with this text because this text, look, you're reaching out to Teresa, not because you want to be friends with her, and listen, there's no shade to Danielle Staub. Who wouldn't want back on a show? That's a paycheck, right? So Staub obviously wants back on the show as they figure it out. Listen, we're a year away. So I feel that Danielle's sending this text to Teresa. Look, either you sent this to everybody in your phone and it's one of those texts where it's not personalized and it's like Happy New Year with a party hat, which just went out to everybody in your phone, or you're writing to Teresa because ultimately the show is being recast and you know it and you want back on the show, which I don't fault her for. But everybody who Teresa has made up with in the past, whatever, it's all fucking bullshit. There's not real friendships. It's all thirsty, except for Jacqueline Larita. I do truly believe Jacqueline wants nothing from Teresa. You know, she doesn't want back on the show. I really don't believe that Jacqueline would move back to New Jersey, rent a house for 3 months to film the show. So I actually think that's authentic. I don't think it is thirsty. I think everyone else that's back in Teresa's life, it's all a bunch of people that are thirsty. And so when Danielle sends this text and I hear about it, and Teresa responded and she's like, everything's fine. I have nothing against Staub. I don't think we're going to be best friends. To me, it's just a little thirsty because you really just want back on the show. Just say that, like I want back on the show. I don't know, but I do love Danielle Staub, so let's not go after her too hard because the heart wants what the heart wants, and she's an icon to me. We'll have to talk about these four podcasts again. I have bad news, bad news, bad news, and maybe some good news. I mean, we'll talk about it later in the week. I think if I'm going to just without going into it, um, if I'm going to rank what I think the success of these podcasts are going to be, I think that three of them will definitely not make it, and perhaps one will last, maybe. I think the fourth most successful podcast will be Bryn's. It's nothing against Bryn. It's just that people actually hate you. They think you're a liar, and I don't know what you actually have to say that's going to be that interesting. And again, we'll slow this down. Maybe we'll do this with Sarah because this is like a whole 20-minute discussion in itself. I think the third most successful of these podcasts will be second and third is a real tough call because I mean, does anyone want Michelle from the Valley to have a podcast? Maybe she'll have a breakout season. I don't see it working. We have Katie and Dana's and Lala's and Shenanigans. I mean, we've had so much of this. So Brittany's, and now Jax has a podcast and Sandoval. So I guess third I'd put Michelle, but I mean second and third could flip flop because Abe and Aaron. I mean New York, no one watches New York, so we're not even starting with a base of people. There's no fan base, so those they go back and forth. And then number one, I guess the most likely to succeed is Gia's, but it's really going to depend. I mean, is Gia a real influencer? Is there a lot of people listening? I saw a lot of comments online. I agree. I don't know why she didn't call it waking up in the morning. That would have been a brilliant name for her podcast, Waking Up in the Morning. I mean, this is these people are just getting it wrong. So let's go into it more in more detail. I love you all. Have a great Saturday. Bye.